In this video, I'm going to show you how to assemble this beautiful pyramid patio heater from FireSense. If you don't have this exact brand, these instructions should still be helpful, as I've seen this basic design duplicated under several manufacturers. I received mine from Patio Heat and Shade, and I'll include my affiliate link if you're interested in checking out their line and current sales. Okay, when you receive this product, it comes in a large shipping box and everything is well packaged, especially the central glass tube. It's encased in styrofoam. There's an instruction manual, so it might be helpful to follow along with the written instructions and pause this video after each step. Plus, there are safety guidelines and important product information I won't be covering, but you do need to know about. I would suggest working in an area with a lot of space to move around and close to the location where your heater will end up. I was able to assemble this myself, but another set of hands would have been very helpful. I always like to spread all of the pieces around so I can clearly see them, and I put the hardware with hand tools on a table close to me. You might also want to grab a ladder, longer screwdriver, and gloves. I had my drill handy but didn't really use it. Also, the estimated assembly time in the manual says 60 minutes, but realistically, this is going to take at least an hour and a half. All right, step one, fix the wheel assembly to the bottom plate using 4 M6 bolts and 4 flange nuts. I would recommend getting them into place and then tightening them with the wrench. Next, find the control box and twist off the igniter button cap. Insert one AA battery with the positive side out. Place the igniter button cap back on. Now remove the 4 screws from the middle plate, and we're going to attach the control box to it and reinstall those same screws. Now attach the 4 anchoring arms to the 4 lower support legs using M6 screws. Now hook the bottom plate to the anchor holes at the bottom of each of the lower supports and secure them in place using 4 of the bigger screws. They're labeled M5. Now hook the middle plate to the anchor holes on the upper part of the lower supports, making sure the control knob and igniter button face opposite of the wheel assembly, and secure it in place with 4 more of the 5M screws. Next, find the block belt and affix it to the 2 lower supports in the back using 2 M5 screws. Now find the 4 upper supports. They're going to attach to the 4 lower supports using 2 M5 screws each. You might need to move to a different location and get a ladder for the next several steps. The good news is the heater is very light and easy to transport at this point, and I was able to move to my cement patio. However, it was an 80-degree day around noon, so my advice is to assemble it in the early morning or evening hours if you live in a warm climate, because the sun bouncing off the metal pieces made things very uncomfortable for the remainder of the build. Now find the flame screen and attach it to the upper supports, making sure that the seam faces the back. Use 8 M5 screws. Now find the reflector and remove the protective film. Insert the 3 studs into the flame screen. Then place 1 small flat washer on each stud. Then thread the reflector through the studs. Secure it in place using 1 small flat washer and 1 wing nut per stud from the top. Now for the most nerve-wracking part, place the black silicone ring on one side of the glass tube and carefully insert it into the center hole of the flame screen. I used a pair of gloves for this part because I didn't want to leave any fingerprints, plus the gloves helped me to hold onto the glass. Make sure the 3 spring plates grip the outside of the tube. Align the bottom of the glass tube with the hole in the middle plate, ensuring the black silicone ring rests securely at its base. Locate the 4 protective guards and hook them onto the body of the heater through the anchor holes in the upper supports. Once all 4 are in place, secure them with the 4 fixing brackets and 4 M5 screws. Okay, we are coming down the home stretch now. Find the 3 side panels. The solid one goes in the back and the 2 louvered ones go on the right and left. Secure them using 6 M5 screws per panel. Now attach the knob from the outside of the front panel and position the washer and chain in this order. There's 1 M4 screw that attaches from the interior side of the panel. Now connect the propane tank, making sure all of the fittings are secure, and also strap it in place with the block belt. Now seat the front panel by sliding it into the holes at the bottom of the plate. Then hook the chain in the area around the control box and close the panel, making sure it has a good connection with the magnets. There are 4 stakes you can use if you're anchoring your heater to the ground. However, if you are attaching it to cement or wood surfaces, you'll need to get expansion screws, which are sold separately. Make sure to test for leaks before using your heater for the first time by spraying a solution using dish detergent to check for bubbles. Consult your manual for specific instructions and multiple safety guidelines. To light the heater for the first time, make sure the control knob is in the off position. Then open the propane cylinder valve all the way. Push the control knob in and rotate it to the pilot position. Hold it for at least a minute to purge any air from the lines. Keep pressing the pilot knob in, then push and release the igniter button until the pilot flame is visible. Keep the pilot knob depressed for 30 seconds, then turn the knob to low. After that point, you don't need to hold the button in to dial the flame up or down. To turn the heater off, rotate the control knob back to the pilot position and watch for the large flame to extinguish. You might hear a slight popping sound, and that's normal. The pilot light will still be lit. Push down on the control knob and continue turning the dial to the off position. Turn the tank valve to the off position as well, and disconnect the regulator when the heater isn't in use. The max output is 40,000 BTU, and you can get up to 10 hours of use from a standard 20-pound propane tank. The heater measures 21 by 21 inches at the base and around 91 inches high from the ground to the top of the reflector cap. There's a safety shutoff built in should the unit get tipped over, and this model runs in the upper $500 range. I'll attach my affiliate link and the number to Patio Heat and Shade's customer service if you have any questions about the product or want a free design consultation. There are discounts for bulk orders as well. Let me know in the comments if you purchased this or a similar product and if my instructions were helpful. Make sure you subscribe as I post DIY content weekly. Until next time, take care.